get right into the demo for this latest concealer by Huda Beauty from her Glowish line, and it's called Bright Light Sheer Concealer. This is the outer packaging, the box. And this is shade number 5 that I picked up, medium, and this is the actual concealer. And I really like the way the packaging looks. It's very lightweight, and I feel like this will be perfect for travel. So let's just open her right on up. See? And it's at an angle. You guys can see that. No, focus right there. Yeah, there you go. So that's what it looks like. So let's just get right into it. Let me grab a mirror. And I'm going to do one eye without my MAC concealer. You guys know that I always put that underneath, so you can see what it looks like without any color correcting underneath. So we're going to do the right eye first because both eyes are dark today, so I don't think it really matters. So we're going to go right here like I always do. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to... And the doe foot applicator feels... It feels just like a regular doe foot applicator, but it doesn't feel hard. It feels pretty soft. It's not uncomfortable is what I'm trying to say. So that's what the concealer looks like on. And for me, this looks like exactly the shade of either the MAC concealer, I think, or the Dulce de Leche. This actually might be a little better. I also picked up a different brush to try to blend this out under my eye because I have been trying to get this particular brush from Real Techniques. I put it over here, right? And it's this one everybody's calling. It's the brightening concealer. I thought it would be perfect since this is a brightening concealer. So that's it right there. They call it a cat paw. So I'm waiting a little bit to let it sit there because from what I've seen Huda do, she lets it sit there for a bit and then she blends it out. So I was trying to do that so that we can use this concealer the way it should be used, because typically I just go right in and, you know, start pouncing away. So there it is. And I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna start from the outer edges and just really work that in there. And it's extremely sheer. Do you guys see that? How it's blending in? Like, wow. So far, I am impressed. It even covered up a lot of my darkness. You guys can see that. And it's like, do you see that? Like from far away, can you see that? The difference? I look more awake. This literally blended out to nothing. Okay. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just was not expecting this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to wait a minute. I'm gonna grab a powder to put on. So just for the sake of the video, I wanted to try a different powder with this since I always use my Pat McGrath. So I don't know if I want to use the honey one. Is this what? Yeah, right. That it's called the translucent honey from Laura Mercier. Why do I say Mercier? Is it Mercier or Mercier? Let me know. Or do you want to do an extra brightening and we want to do the KVD one? Do you know what we're gonna do? Why can't we do that? I'm gonna use the Laura. Why am I having a hard time pronouncing Laura? Why? It's like I suddenly want to have a sudden twang and be like Laura. I'm being silly. Forgive me. So we're gonna go with this one, the honey one, on this eye, and then on this eye we're gonna do the KVD. That's what we're gonna do. So let me get my Real Techniques brush. You guys, not sponsored video. I love my Real Technique brushes. If you haven't tried them, you need to. They're so easy to clean and everything. So I already got some in here. I don't know if you guys are gonna see it. You know what? I'm not even gonna try to show you. What am I doing? What am I doing? So a lot of people, what they like to do is they put it in a cap, I should say. And then they do the swirling. So we're gonna try that method. And I was going to get her powder, her Easy Bake powder, but I was like, you know what? Let's not get crazy. Let's just use what we have at home. And if it works with that, then eventually we can get the powder. Oh my God. Do you see that? Let me get closer. That is crazy. Now, I might need a little color correcting because you can still see the darkness, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I feel like if I went over this with a color, like if I went with a color corrector underneath, it would look totally fine. So that's it with that powder. But do you see how natural that still looks? Like, it looks like skin. I mean, this is perfect. Like, you guys, I'm still like, what? Maybe I should try building for put powder on it, honestly, now that I think about it. So on this eye, let's do what I usually do, which is put the MAC concealer, and then we're going to put that one on top, and then we're going to see if it looks like you can see the darkness peeking through. We'll try building it. We'll see. You know, this is, we're trying this together. This is the first time I'm using this product, and I haven't used any of Huda's. Let me get another brush. I put them all in here to know where to find them. My Ulta Beauty Buffing Concealer brush, right? I love this brush, especially because it has that little thing there. So we're going to go in with the NW30 like we always do. Just a little bit for the color correcting. And I know technically it's not a color corrector because it's not green or yellow or purple, any of those colors. But for me, it does the color correcting because it has a little peach undertone under in it. Just in case anyone says anything to me in the comments. I am not a makeup artist, you guys. I just love makeup, and I'm doing what I've learned and what works for me. And forgive that my eyes have a little puffiness today. I did not sleep enough. And I had a lot of coffee yesterday. More than I should have. And I just noticed I have like a little something. I think something bit me on my eye just now. My corner of my eye. Anyways. So there, you see how it helps diminish that part a little bit? I'm going to put a little bit more because I'm just gradually putting it on today for the sake of the video. I'm also tempted to just go and put some here, but we're going to leave that like that. Okay, so now, all right, my face is itching. We're going to go with the Huda on top with the glowish one. And I do want to try her other concealer, is it the faux filter, right? That one? I want to try that one. But I have not got my hands on that yet because what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. What I'm trying to do with my purchases is I'm trying to buy things when I'm about to do a video. So like I know I was going to do a video with this, so I bought it that as soon as I received it, I would film a video because in the past I buy a bunch of stuff. Then I get overwhelmed, I forget, or life happens, and then I don't film it. So back to the concealer, and we're just giving that a minute. And look at it. I think it's a perfect match. Like, I absolutely am loving this concealer so far. So now we're going to go with that same Real Techniques brush, and we're just going to tap, tap, tap. And we're going to just go right over that matte concealer. And see how that looks. This fits like so good under the eye. Do you see that? I see why so many people like this brush. So here it is with a little bit of the MAC Studio Concealer on. I'll put that a little bit there. And the really great thing that I'm noticing about this concealer is that it blends so effortlessly into the skin. Like, you see that? So this is without the MAC one. So it looks more like I just woke up like this. This is more like, okay, I got a little bit of help. So obviously I'm going to like the side that has the MAC because it's covering up that darkness I have. But this doesn't look bad at all. Can you see that? Like, I haven't even put powder on it either. Okay, so now let's put powder. So remember I said I'm going to do the KVD powder, which is called Lyric. We're going to do this one that's a little brighter here, just for the sake of the video, you know, try something different. We're going to use a Real Techniques brush again. And this one is definitely brighter. Let me get closer. I really want you guys to see what I'm doing. And we're going to concentrate it right there. And I still haven't even gone in with my other powder that you guys know I love to use. Because I'm trying to see with just the yellow powders how it works. So you see right away, it looks a lot brighter right here because this powder is definitely a lot lighter. So I think it's just about personal preference. Like, what do you want that day? If you really want to look more awake, like you really need that extra brightness, or you just like that all the time, then use a really bright yellow powder. So like, for instance, I'm using this one, the Lyric from KVD. This is the side with just the honey shade from Laura Mercier. And this is with the matte concealer and the KVD powder on top. Do you guys see that? I am like blown away. This is giving me like when I tried out the Dulce de Leche one first. The first time I tried it was a sample. I was doing a tutorial and I immediately stopped recording and I ordered the concealer. Wow. I really like the way this side looks because I don't look tired. But this side is good too, like if I want to look like no makeup type of situation. So I'm going to show you guys that again before I go and do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and talk more about what I think about this concealer as the day has gone by. So let me show you that again. So this is the side with the Lyric powder from KVD and the matte concealer the studio finish, I think it's called, NW30. I'll have everything down below. So this is my left side. So it'll say downstairs, forgive me. It will say in the description box below, this is my left side, everything that I have on, and this is my right side with what I have on. So just check the description if I don't put it on the video, like the captions or whatever. So again, this is the right side, and this is my left. So now I'm going to go do my face, like I said, for the 13,000th time, and I will be back. Okay, everyone, so I'm checking in to show you what's happening with the concealer. I did a no makeup look. So as you can see, it's creasing well, I don't know about a lot, but it's creasing. This is the side that does not have the matte concealer. It's just the powder and the glowish. And this is the side that has MAC and glowish. And I feel like this side is creased less, but this side has creased more, which I find interesting. So for the sake of the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to reapply a little bit more of the concealer, blend it out, and then add more powder and see how that looks. But so far, so good. So I'm going to put a little bit more concealer, like I mentioned. And right on the outer areas. I don't think it hasn't disappeared. That's not why I'm reapplying. I'm reapplying to see if that helps build it up. Because remember, I mentioned if what I had meant to say when I did the demo was that I wanted to build up a little bit more on this eye. So that's why I'm reapplying on this side, just to show you that it is buildable. Because I feel like doing that, it did cover more. I didn't put mascara under my eyes intentionally today on my lower lashes, just so you guys can see. I didn't want my lashes to get in the way. So there. It still looks a little creasy, which, to be quite frank, it's really not bothering me as much as I thought it would. And I'm going to go in with my Jouer powder that I didn't use earlier with the Real Techniques brush. And we're just going to set that. To see if that helps, because sometimes, you know, your concealer will crease, and if you just go in with a little bit of powder, that seems to help it. So for the sake of the video, I'm doing that just because I like the way it went on. It doesn't look crazy. So let's try putting a little powder on this eye, see if that does anything. So, ooh, almost dropped that. So there it is. I just put a little bit more powder. I feel like, I don't know. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk more about the concealer, what I think. So I'll be back. Okay, everyone, so after I reapplied and did powder, as you can see, I still have creasing. What I find interesting is that I have more creasing on this side than I do on this side of the eye. So maybe it has to do with the powder and not necessarily the concealer. Because on this side of my eye, I use the Laura Mercier powder, which I really don't use. And I think that's why I don't use it, is because it causes creasing under my eye. And then on this eye, I use the KVD powder, which I used to use all the time. And I have less creasing. So I'm going to blame the creasing not on the concealer, but on the powder. Because look, this side with the Laura Mercier, it's so much creasing, but this eye, none. And I did go over with them with my usual powder from Jouer. So I really think the creasing has nothing to do with the concealer. I believe it has to do with the powder that I use. Because if you look at it, like, it's very minimal creasing on this side, which is typically what I get because, you know, it happens. And this eye is so much more. So I don't think it's the concealer at all, in my opinion. So let's talk about some highlights on the site. So this says it has light coverage, has a radiant finish, is a liquid formula, it's hydrating, and it's fragrance free. And I have to say that when I applied this, it did not have an undertone of any kind. Smell again. It literally just smells like concealer to me. It doesn't smell like roses or anything like that. So that is awesome, because I don't understand why companies still feel like they have to put perfumey scents in products, because nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? So this sells for $27, I believe. Yeah, $27, which I think is reasonably priced. And you get a total of 0.35 ounces or 10.5 milliliters, and you get 15 shades available currently on the Sephora website. And some other stats that they have here about ingredients, I'm trying to get my iPad to cooperate here, it's not, is it has blueberry seed oil in it, which defends against oxidative stress and increases barrier function. I have to agree with that, because this concealer did not oxidize at all. And sometimes some concealers do oxidize. If you remember the video of when I did the Sephora collection, that thing oxidized like crazy on me. It has caffeine, which it claims to stimulate and tones to reduce under eye puffiness. Now, I'm not someone who typically has puffiness in my eyes, but today I had some puffiness here, if you guys remember, and it's already a little bit less, because when I went back in, I brought it all the way down here, and it's still a little puffy, but I feel like it reduced it just a little bit, so that does help. And also has prickly pear, cactus extract, and sodium hyaluronate. I hope I said that correctly. And it provides intense hydration. And I also believe that Fenty Beauty put prickly pear in their blurring, right? Their blurring, one of their products. I'll put it here because I'm trying to think too much. So the other thing is that this is vegan and cruelty-free, and it comes in a recyclable packaging. So that is awesome. For those of you out there who are trying to use more vegan and cruelty-free makeup, this is definitely for you. And this packaging is just so pretty. Let me put my hand so it can... Do you see how compact that is and how travel-friendly it is? And I don't know if you noticed, but the cap is like, it has like a shimmer to it. I absolutely love everything about this. I said the price. It's just... What can I say? I am giving this a yes. This for me is a yes. I will be keeping this. Definitely, I would like to do a tutorial using it again, and trying to do like create an entire no makeup look with just this concealer. I might pick up a darker shade. I don't know. I'm not one to really use like, you know, but maybe I might do for the sake of video. If you guys want me to pick up another shade for the contour shade to do like a full face using this, as you know, like concealer and all that, just say that in the comment section. And if I get at least like 10 people telling me to do it, then I will pick up another shade to do that. And if not, then I'll just go about doing a full face with just using this, you know, like a natural makeup look. So I think that's everything that I had to tell you guys about this concealer. I absolutely love it. It is extremely lightweight. You guys saw when I did the demo, I was just blown away. So this is definitely a... You need to get it. If you're someone that's looking for a no makeup look, you want something more natural, you want something vegan, cruelty-free, definitely go get this. So that's all I'm going to say. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.